Hello again, friends, and you are our friends. And I have rushed from Studio A to Studio B to bring you this second live stream in the last 30 seconds. I'm out of breath, in case you can't hear, because I have run from studio to studio. And so I'm here to bring you our non-league live FA Cup draw reaction with, of course, our main man, Mr. Thomas Seggins. Welcome, Mr. Thomas Seggins.
Hello. Good, thanks, you.
I'm very well, very excited to see what sort of cup draws we've got going on and see what our local sides have in store. Obviously, for those that do not know, we do a Sunday morning live non-league hour show, myself and Thomas there, where we go through our local non-league sides. This previous Sunday, we had Stowmarket Town's Paul Musgrave and Groundhopper Dan Snell on the show. Great show, right?
Yeah, it was, yeah. Good to see Paul's thoughts on this upcoming season. Definitely give it a watch if you haven't seen it already.
Definitely so. It's on the channel as we speak. For those watching this back, you can, of course, listen to this live on all good podcasting software. And if you are watching it back, you are in for a fantastic show. So, Paul Musgrave obviously didn't say anything on the show, but we've had a new signing today from Stowmarket Town.
Yeah, we have, yeah, which sounds promising.
Yes. Talk us through it, Tom. Who is it? Thomas, sorry.
I can't remember his name, unfortunately.
Thomas.
Craig Parker, that was it, sorry.
Good, there you go. He's pulled it right out of the bag at the last.
I've had a busy day. It's been a long day. So
tell me about it, mate. Tell me about it. I'm so far spread across the internet. I won't go there. So Craig Parker has joined. A good CV of work, Craig. He obviously comes back to Stowmarket. I'm looking forward to seeing Stowmarket Town next year. They've got a couple of nice young players coming through. Yeah. They've got obviously the new additions. There is the rumor mill is in full swing about further additions to the Stowmarket Town squad. We don't know who, but we just being on Twitter, you can see the rumor mill is always churning with Stowmarket Town. Let's jump straight into one of the FA Cup draws. Let's go with this one. FA Cup: Saffron Walden versus Little Oakley. God Manchester Rovers versus Ely City. Stowmarket Town versus Rothwell Corinthians. Woodbridge Town versus Biggleswade United. Haverhill Rovers versus Norwich United. Goulston versus Swaffham Town. Burton Park versus AFC Sudbury. Thetford Town versus Wellingborough Town. Diss Town, Framlingham Town. Kirkley and Pakefield versus Coggenhoe United. Hadley United versus Mildenhall Town. Newmarket Town versus Walshamley Willows. Whitton United versus Ipswich Wanderers. Long Melford versus Northampton. Brantham Athletic versus Benfleet. Fixstone Walton versus Parkview FC. FA Trophy: Market Drayton versus Bury Town. Cambridge City versus Kidsgrove Athletic. Soham Town Rangers versus Corby Town. AFC Sudbury versus Barking. Felixstowe Walton versus Great Wakering Rovers. And there we go. So some great ties there, Thomas.
Yeah.
Any one particular tie jump out?
One particular tie. Well, it was the Kirkley and Pakefield versus Coggenhoe United. It's more because of who they've got in the next round. If Kirkley wins or Coggenhoe wins, they're going to got the trip to Bury. So that's
big trip.
Going to be a big trip for them, definitely.
Yes, absolutely. It's going to be a very big trip. We've got an incredible guest coming on very shortly. Matt Carmichael, Little Oakley manager. Little Oakley there involved in the draw.
So yeah, for the first time, that's very promising for them.
Oh no, we were going to grab his thoughts, but sadly he's left the red room. I imagine he's probably lost a connection. If he comes back, we'll get him on straight away.
Okay, cool.
Myself, the Long Melford tie, Long Melford, big friends of the show. Going to have their manager on soon, hopefully, and also their captain. That'll be fantastic. Great to see them in action. They're a really good, well-run club. I'm always excited to see how they progress. Any other tie jump out at you there, Thomas?
Whitton versus Ipswich Wanderers. Because it's obviously a local derby, isn't it? So it's going to be if it's a good game, especially if fans can be allowed in by then.
Matt is back in the red room. Let's bring him straight in. Mr. Carmichael, how are we?
Not too bad. How are you guys?
Very well, thank you, Thomas. Mr. Carmichael, I'll leave you in your capable hands because I don't think three of us on here will test internet too much.
Okay. So how are you?
I'm in the middle of a field, if it helps.
Yeah, I know you're training, so it's obviously a connection might be a bit difficult, I know. But how does it feel knowing you'll be in the FA Cup for the first time?
Yeah, it's great for the club. Everyone's buzzing after the draw today. Tough draw as well with Saffron on the way. Couldn't have probably been any tougher for us, but
no.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it.
I was going to ask you your thoughts. So obviously it's a tough draw. Anything else you can add, or?
Being at Brantford a few years ago, we came up against Walden in the league when they were in the Thurlow Prem. Always a strong team. Tough place to go, obviously, like I said, away from home. The only bonus for us is that it's going to be the first game for both teams for a while. So on paper, it's going to be a bit of a toss of a coin, hopefully, because we'll both be fairly rusty and looking to kickstart the campaign in a positive way. So yeah, no, we're really looking forward to it. Just waiting now to see, obviously, with the news today that we can hopefully have fans. I'm pretty sure that's the way we've all interpreted it. Walden will have a big home support for the day, and we can get some money from that as well, because obviously the FA Cup does, for clubs like us, small village clubs, it's a massive revenue for us.
Yeah, especially if you win, isn't it? It's a decent income for you. So
yeah, definitely.
Fingers crossed for that. So, sort of realistically speaking, how far would you like to get if you could?
I mean, like I say, when I was with Brantford, we had a really good cup run. We won 2 or 3 games, third qualifier possibly. Eventually went out to Eastbourne, who were Conference South, I believe. So yeah, I mean, if you can get a good draw and you can have a good run at it, then yeah, we're confident. I think we may get. I did look at the next round. I can't remember who we had, but yeah, obviously we won't pass Walden.
I can tell you, one sec. Welwyn Garden City away.
That's it, Welwyn Garden City, who ironically, again, when I was at Brantford, we beat on the way to Eastbourne, and they're step 4. So yeah, I mean, ultimately, whatever happens, it's a historic day for the club. Never been in it before. 4 years ago, this club was in the Border Premier, so it's come a long way in a short space of time. Yeah, so it's exciting times.
Yeah. And how's pre-season going for you?
Yeah, good. Pretty much there squad-wise. I think we're 1 or 2 maybe away from being ready. We're still looking to maybe add a couple, but yeah, on the whole, the lads tonight have been really good. We've got another session Thursday, then we've got Brantford in a friendly, and then we'll go into next week sort of prepping for the FA Cup, one more friendly after that, and then all systems go for the league.
Cool. So are you still training now?
I've managed to walk away as all the stuff's being packed away, so yeah.
Oh, okay.
Should be job done.
Perfect timing for you then, Matt.
Perfect timing. Exactly.
Absolutely. Hopefully you'll come back on during the season on a Sunday morning and you can tell us how it's been getting on, and run us through, and maybe look at other fixtures around you that may be affecting your campaign. But it's been
maybe
really
even
good
the Sunday after the FA Cup.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely. That's because it's been really good having you on.
Yeah, no, have to come on. Yes, well, hopefully we beat Saffron Walden and I can come in and have a chat.
Yeah.
Absolutely, that'd be fantastic.
Yeah, no, always up for that. Always up for a chat, and obviously can have a little rundown of the teams in our league as well. So you guys probably you probably won't know who many of the teams are, the Lopez Tavares and the Far Uniteds of the world, but
well, it is testing knowledge.
It's a competitive league. A lot of people have discounted this league over the last years, but I think White I improved last year.
Why do you think
definitely? But no, when you guys are ready, let me know and I'll come in.
But just before you go, very quickly, why do you think people have discounted the league over the last couple of years? The way they have. Because you are right.
Because it got put together. I suppose a lot of teams that went in it were step 7, not necessarily champions going into there. So you had a lot of, I think they're Olympian League down Southend way. They've gone into it. Some teams from London that you wouldn't. Not everyone's heard of. We hadn't heard of them, but then you've got the likes of us, Housted. Holland now are a big non-league club in the area now. They've got a new ground, new facilities. Wivenhoe, a massive club in their day, slowly growing. Harwich and Parkston. It's not it's not a Mickey Mouse league. It's just that nobody knew the other teams that are in it, but they will now because they're in the FA Cup, and also they've done, like I say, White Ensign last year had a good FA Cup run, so it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting.
Absolutely. Well, good luck with it. We'll be watching from afar and wishing you all the best and hoping to see you on a show very soon. All right.
Thank you.
Cheers, Matt. Thank you, mate. There we go. I knew if I jumped in there, the connection would start to go. I wasn't too sure, so I tried, and then we just started to lose him, poor fella. But really good to have him on the show, and I think he's right. It's a growing reputational league, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
And I can't wait to have him on again.
So it's good for them as well, getting into FA Cup.
Well, exactly, yeah. One or two results, and your club can be transformed.
Exactly, yeah. Good sum of monies. I think it's if the preliminary round was like 1,400, wasn't it? If you win.
Yes.
So that's a decent amount for a non-league club.
Oh, it really is. Yeah.
If you go further as well.
Yeah, and it puts you on the map.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It puts you on the map and puts you on the way. So
also Benfleet as well. They debuted and they've got Brantham Athletic. So
local club. Local club Brantham Athletic. Hopefully have someone from Brantham on very soon. We'll get people. We got our people onto their people. Yeah. Obviously, the FA Vars was also drawn today. We've got a comment. Hello. Never an Ipswich win. It certainly was, Daniel Barnard. It certainly was, my friend. Yes, I'm sorry. I just suddenly realized what you're talking about. Clayton A, manager there. So yes, where should we go now? The FA Vars. I've got a little package. FA Vars. Diss Town, Fakenham Town, Lakenheath versus Framlingham Town, Godmanchester Rovers versus Norwich United, Downham Town versus Ely City, Barkingside versus Cockleshall United, Colney Heath versus Wivenhoe Town, Little Oakley versus Stotfold, Hackney Wick versus Halstead Town, Ipswich Wanderers versus Brantham Athletic, Ilford versus Long Melford, Saffron Walden Town versus Whitton United, Hadley versus Hadley United, Swaffham Town versus Diss or Fakenham, Lakenheath or Framlingham versus Huntingdon or Mildenhall, Whittlesea Athletic versus Debenham LC, Thetford Town versus Godmanchester or Norwich United, Galston versus Downham or Ely, Great Yarmouth versus Peterborough or Mulbarton, Sheringham or Newmarket versus Walshamley Willows, March Town versus Norwich CBS, Ipswich Wanderers or Brantham versus St Margaret's-Bury or London Colney, Hadley or Hadley United versus Enfield or Tower Hamlets, Redbridge or May and Baker versus Little Oakley or Stotfold, Ilford or Long Melford versus Benfleet. I tell you what, that voice with that music, silk.
Job made.
Mate, it's pure silk. I mean, James Alexander Gordon, if he was still doing it, it'd be just handing me the mic and saying, "Son, you're so much better." Yeah. Any ties there that jump out at you?
I thought Hadley versus Hadley United just because of the two names.
I like that.
Yeah, it's very. Well,
I like that as well.
See how it goes. I guess this
like two magnets being pulled together, Hadley and Hadley United, just like that.
Spelled a bit differently, but it doesn't matter. It's still said the same. So.
Yeah, well, I hope so. I'll probably get somebody to say, actually, it's not spelt that way, or it's not said. It's not said that way. It's not said that way.
Yeah, probably. But also, Godmanchester Rovers versus Norwich United. I mean, that could be a good non-league tie. Obviously, in the bars as well. So.
Yeah. Obviously, Ben Folkes' old team.
Yeah.
So we know a little bit about them. I think I've watched them a couple of times. Decent setup. They'll be well up for the Godmanchester Rovers tie. They really will be.
Yeah, definitely.
Lakenheath, Framlingham. Your local club, or your ex-local club, Framlingham, travelling to Lakenheath. Fancy that one? Do you fancy do you fancy him for it?
No, that's gonna be hard for them, I think, isn't it?
Wow, brutal. No.
Well, I know.
Gonna be a hard
I remember them playing Laken Heath a couple of years ago, and I don't think they did too well. I don't want to like upset anyone, but I do think they've got more chance in the FA Cup.
Opinions, my son. You know, you're not going to upset. You shouldn't upset somebody with an opinion. And you know, if
I
anything,
know, yeah,
they can tape it, record it, and play it before the game. Thomas Seggins on the non-league live says we can't do this, lads. So what more do you need? It's Wanderers Brantham.
Yeah, another good tie.
Very good side.
Yeah.
You know, I fancy Brantham for a little bit of an up. Well, would you say it's an upset if Brantham beat Wanderers?
Maybe.
I would. Yeah. I think most. If you said that to 10 people, nine times out of 10, they'd say it's Wanderers. That's no disrespect to either club. No disrespect at all. You know, anybody else jump out of you there?
I think if Fram can get through, they're going to be a bit. Sorry, I had a message from Dean there. Too late. I'm upset. Dean Warner, the Fram Town chairman, just messaged me as I was.
Look at him. Look at him.
He's straight on it.
Chairman.
Straight on it. Anyway, if Fram do get through it, they got a hard time hunting and Mildenhall as well. So
they really have. Yeah, they really, really have. Little Oakley obviously mentioned there as well.
Yeah, got Stopfold.
Stopfold. Yeah, Stopfold.
Okay.
So just before we close, anything else jump out at you just as we bring it to a close for our very brief cup reaction?
Nothing that I can think of. I think we've covered most things.
Perfect. So tell the people at home.
I was going to say Ilford versus House of Town. That's another decent FA Cup tie, just because they've got Leiston at the end as well. If they get whoever wins, they've got Leiston.
Yes, obviously Ilford facing Long Melford, so you would hope maybe because Long Melford and Halstead, they could be talking to each other there, giving each other a scout report. Both playing Ilford, but there we go. So very quick FA Cup draw reaction. We've had Little Oakley manager Matt Carmichael live from training. The very first podcast, I think, in non-league terms, to ever have a manager from training give us an update.
Well there. I did well there.
You did fantastically well. I mean, all we really need now is Jim White and his yellow tie in January, and we're almost on that level already. Like, well done, Thomas. No, of course, I'm joking. Not quite that level, of course, I'm joking. But it is a big thing having somebody take 10 minutes out of their training session to talk to us. So appreciate Matt there. We'll break that up for Sunday's show. Anyone now tuning in. But where can they find us again, Thomas?
On the YouTube Home Dressing Room Network. Subscribe.
At what time?
10:15.
10:15 this Sunday. Looking forward to it. Hopefully we've got Dan Snell coming on to discuss the petition for getting fans back inside the ground. We've got the Groundhopper. Martin, test your knowledge. Name. Groundhopper.
Alistair Ross.
No. Yes. Yes, Alistair Ross. Thank you ever so much.
You got me from memory as well.
Certainly have. Groundhopper, Alistair Ross, Dan Snell, and potentially a manager. I am currently working on that. We shall see. But if not, those two names are more than enough. As always, I have been Martin. Thomas, have the last word, my friend.
See you Sunday, 10:15. Don't forget.